Good morning, everybody. I'm glad you're able to join me today. Please be sure to comment and share and like the video. I'm probably a minute early, so okay, I had something pop up on my screen there. Sorry about that. But my name is Debbie Foster. I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I hope you join in and say hello. Hi, Carrie. Glad you're on. I started a little bit early, I think. Let me go ahead and bring my iPad up so I can watch the comments. I'm hoping it's charged enough. My battery wasn't working right on it for some reason. Just bear with me a moment. Let me find me. There I am. Okay. And it's a little bit of delay on there, so that's pretty well normal with Facebook. Okay, hope you're all having a good day. Mine's been good so far, but it's early. I'm just going to give a minute to let everybody come on. Like I said, when you come on, just comment so I know that you're here. We're going to be using the gilded leafing, which is this here. And we're going to be using heat embossing and all that sort of stuff, so it ought to be fun. I hadn't used it. This is my first time using it, so I was kind of intimidated about it too. I wasn't too sure if I knew how to do it or not, but it's not that hard, so. Okay, let me go ahead and turn you down here and we'll get started. Everybody else can catch up later. So we're hoping everything's getting back to normal this week after our weather that we had last week. Let me zoom it just a tiny bit. Let's see what we have here. Just waiting for my iPad to catch up so I can see what it looks like. Guess that don't look too bad. Feel like I'm cutting off some of it there. Oh, you're waiting for me to start, Carrie? Yeah. I think I came on a minute early. Okay. I'm thinking you can see pretty good right there. Okay. Like I said, my name is Debbie Foster. I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And you can find me on Facebook. Well, you've already on there. It's Creating with Debbie. And you can shop in my store at www.debbiefoster.stampinupnet.net. And if you want to email me any questions, it's creatingwithdebbie179@gmail.com. And that's also my blog address. It's creatingwithdebbie179.blogspot.com. And you can go on there and get all the dimensions for the cards that I do. And we still got a few days left for February, so my February host code is RDD4KUMR. So that's also in the description of the video, so you should be able to find it there. Okay, and we've got our new paper pumpkin coming out for March. It's called Celebrate Life's Milestones. And I'm just making sure that we're showing this good. Kind of squeeze that between my tripod here. All right. And what that is let me read my instructions here and I can read it to you better. Okay, the kit contains enough supplies to create 8 cards for each of 2 designs and coordinating envelopes. The kit's contents include printed card bases, die-cut paper pieces, embellishments, adhesive, and more. And it also includes 4 free stencils and a stamping sponge. And then it comes in a cute and collectible box. So I'm looking forward to getting mine. It looks like a really good kit. I'm curious exactly what we make with it. It looks like some cards with, probably use the stencil here for the sunshine. That's really cool. And some of the die cuts are trees. So really looking forward to getting that one. Good morning, Paula. Glad you come on. Okay, yeah, Carrie, you needing some ideas for Faith's birthday card. Well, maybe there's something today that will pique your interest. We're still in February, and don't forget that our celebration catalog ends February 28th, so we've got, 6 days until then. So if there's anything that you wanted free out of the catalog, be sure you get your order going before then. And if you want to join my team also, it's still running till the end of the month. It's $99 for the kit. You get $125 worth of products that you choose what you want. And you also get 5 new paper packs, which aren't even out yet. They're coming out in the new annual catalog that comes out in May. So you get that. You get the $125 worth of product, and you get a paper pumpkin. And so altogether, you're looking at probably like $229, I think is what we figured. All for $69 plus your sales tax. So if you have any questions on that, just get with me and I'll help you with that. Our meeting catalog is still running till June, so that's good. That won't be expiring anytime soon. It's just a celebration, that is. Good morning, Marlene. Glad you could join. Hope you could stay. Okay, so I think that's all the housekeeping news I got to go through. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start out with our using our gilded leafing. Let me see if the camera picks that up, and I'll. But when you're using this, one tip is make sure you don't have any breezes going through because it'll go in the air. So, but let me go ahead and show you the card that we're going to be doing. It's this one right here. Just want to say, and this is the gold flaking right here, the gold leafing. I don't know, I might be getting a glare here. Let me turn on some other lights. Okay, and then there's the inside. Okay. Let me get my instructions. And the stamp set and dies is the art gallery, and then the floral gallery dies that goes with it, and that you can get as a bundle. So let me get my bits and pieces out here and we'll get started. Be careful, I've got some tiny pieces here. So we're going to start with all of our stamping and doing the flakes first. So I'm using the Misty Moonlight stamp set. Trying to rearrange my desk here because I've got a lot of products out here. My blocks are stuck together. Okay, we're going to stamp our background flower using the Misty Moonlight. Like I said at the beginning, be sure to like and share my video. I'll be posting this to YouTube later today. So if you're watching on YouTube, be sure that you subscribe to my page and you'll be notified every time I have a new video that I posted. Okay, so there's the background flower. And we're going to go ahead and stamp the stem also, and I'm going to be using Old Olive. And we're going to be die cutting these out, so I don't want to do the flaking first, leafing. Let's set our stamp pads aside here. Yeah, Carrie, I know. Her birthday's the 27th. Okay, so I'm going to come in with my little embossing buddy here, and we're going to make sure that we don't have any flakes that stick on there. You can rub that over that. And then we're going to take our Versamark stamp pack, and we're going to use that to stamp our detailed image here. And we're going to place that over our flower. Okay. And then with the gilded leafing, to make it stick, we've got some of the heat and stick powder. And we use that just like we do the embossing powder, except this is a sticky substance where the flakes will stick to it. Let me get a piece of scratch paper here so I can do all this on. Just going to dump some on there. I'm hoping that I'm in camera view, yeah. And knock off the excess. We're going to put this back in our jar. Set that aside, put the cover on this. And then we're going to come in with our heat gun. And we're going to melt the heat and stick powder. You want to make sure you don't do it a long time, just until you see it changing colors, because it could burn the stick and powder. So just enough until it changes colors. You'll get kind of a glossy look. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. I'm not sure if I'm in camera view, and I'm got a delay here, so I'm waiting to see. No, not really. So anyway, now we're going to take my little tote here that I've put the flakes into, and to be sure that you don't have any static cling on the inside of your container, you can get the spray static cling, and that'll keep it from sticking to the sides really bad. So I'm going to get my paper back in here, and I'm going to lay underneath there so I can shake off any excess that goes in there. So we're just going to take some gold flakes here, and we're going to just go around and press it where the sticky parts are. And right now it looks like a big old glob mess, but stay tuned because we change it. So yeah, dump those back in there. Whoops, and I missed it. And I've got a little, I don't know, some kind of a sponge or brush here that's real stiff. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to brush off the excess foils. And let me see a little bit better down here. Just kind of keep rubbing until you get all the loose parts off of it. Okay, and then I'm going to tap that. Oops. Be careful you don't make some wind here because they go flying. A couple there escaped on me. Okay. Not too much of a mess here. And we'll put the lid on it before any fans come on here and blow it all over the place. Okay, so here we have it. So now we're going to bring our baby boss. We're going to use that to die cut. And I need these 2 plates. We've got the number 1 plate, and then we've got 2 of the number 2 plates. And I'm going to get the die out. Okay, so here's the dies for it. And we're going to cut out the flower and the stem. Well, come here. Which is this one. And this one. Okay, so I'm going to have to cut down my paper because it's a smaller space to die cut. Okay, yeah, Carrie, stencil brush. I couldn't think of the name. One of those senior moments again. Okay, so now we've got it cut down where we can use it here. Put our bottom plate on, number 2, a 1, a 2, our paper, our dies to cut the flower out, and just kind of get it matched up here. Well, do I have the wrong? Okay, I was doing it upside down. No wonder was it matching up. Okay, and then the stem. And we'll place our top plate, cutting plate. Okay. baby boss aside here. Feel some embossing powder there. Set those over there. So here we have our die cut image, and I guess my thing moved down that. So there's a way to fix that. We're just going to stamp over the top of it. Let's see if that turns out, otherwise I'll have to cut another one. I should have stuck some washi tape on there so it wouldn't shift on me. But maybe we can make this work. After it dries, I think it'll be fine. Alright, let me put the dies away. Okay, so we'll set those aside and we're going to start assembling our card. Okay, our card base is our Misty Moonlight cardstock, and that measures 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and I scored it at 4 1/4 inches. So we're going to get our bone folder and we're going to burnish that. And then I've got, we're using one of the free packs of paper from Celebration, the Paper Blooms. And I'm going to be using this here, this design, which is this one. And that measures 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. Then I've got another piece of white cardstock that I've embossed using our painted texture, which is also in the suite of this bundle here. And it's used painted texture 3D embossing folder. And this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see it very well on the camera. But it kind of looks like stucco, kind of. So we're going to glue that to the front of our card. Set that aside. I've got the front there. I'm just going to have a small border going around. And then we're going to take our embossed piece and we're going to glue that on top of that. Leave a small border going around it. Okay, so now we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of our flower. I've got a brand new sheet here. And I think I'll put 3 on it. And we'll set that aside for a moment. And then we're going to take our stem. And we're kind of see how this is all going to look. We're just going to place it for now. We're not attaching it. Okay, let's go ahead and glue our stem down. Trying not to get glue all over my fingers here. And let me turn it a little bit, make sure I'm opening right. And this can hang off the side a little bit because we're going to put our sentiment over on the right side. And I take your pick tool and pop off these dimensionals. And we're going to place our flower right there. like that. And then I've die cut our sentiment, which is die cut using this here. It says, just want to say. So I'll get all my pieces out here. What have I done? Looking for my silicone mat. Oh, it's right here in front of me. We're going to use our silicone mat to glue our words down. So I'm going to put some glue here in the corner. And here's my sponge. And we're going to start with the just want to say words. And I'm just going to put a little glue on him. Oops. You could use your glue to put glue on the back of this too, but this goes faster. I'm going to kind of center that at the top. And I've got my little dot for my eye, so we're just going to stick him in the glue and put it up here. Oops. I need to use my take your pick tool to make sure it's down right. Okay, just want. Okay. Just want to. Say. Alright, we'll set the silicone mat aside. So there we have just want to say. And then on the inside, we've got another piece of the designer series paper, and that also measures 4 inches by 5 1/8 inches. And then we have another piece of white, which is 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches, and we're going to stamp on that one. On the inside is going to be I'm Thinking of You, and we're using Misty Moonlight ink. Get some things out of my way here. Okay. I'm going to kind of put it off to the side a little bit, kind of in the middle more, because we're going to have a strip of paper that's going to go along here, and I didn't cut it. What did I do with it? Well, maybe I decided not to. Alright, and we're going to stamp the this flower here using the Misty Moonlight also. And we're going to stamp that in the bottom right hand corner. I should be using my mat underneath me. We're going to hope for the best here. Okay, that's good. So let's go ahead and glue that down to our designer series paper. I need to move that out of my way so I don't stick my arm in it. And we're just going to center that. I'm going to have ink on me, but I don't. Oops. And we're going to put that on the inside. And switch that over a bit. And not moving on me. Okay. Okay, so no card is complete unless we have a little bit more bling on there. So I made a bow using the ribbon Forever Greenery. And it's a 2-pack. It's got the gold trim and then it's got like a gauzy looking ribbon. But we're going to use the gold trim one. And I need to grab me a glue dot. And I'm going to roll that in a tiny ball because the ribbon is fairly skinny, so I don't want it to show at all. And we're going to put that right on the flower stem. Well, maybe we are. And press that down. And I come back in here, I'm going to trim my ribbon tails a little bit. And then I've got some of the gilded gems. We're going to be putting those down. My ribbon is shredding all over me here. So I'm going to take the putty end of our Take Your Pick tool to get those off. And I think I'm going to go with the smaller ones. And we're just going to place those here and there. And maybe one right there. Okay, so here we have our card using the gilded leafing. And you do your heat embossing with regular powder, embossing powder, about the same way, except you don't stick the leafing to it. You just heat it until it is done. So here we have, just want to say, I'm thinking of you. So there's our first card. Let me get things set aside here. Excuse me reaching here. I'm trying to clear off a little bit. Okay. Make some room. Okay, let's get to our next card. Trying to clear up a little bit here. Close this ink pad. Alright, so our next one we're going to be using the Sweet Strawberry, which is in our mini catalog, our JJ mini catalog. And then the other stamp set is out of Celebration, which if you have a $100 order, you get the stamp set and the very delightful paper together, which I love these papers. I'm sad to see them go because they don't carry over any of the designer series papers at all. So I need to have fun with them right now before the 28th. So here's the card that we're going to be making. And it says, you always have a way of making my day. And here's the inside, wishing you the very best. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Get my bits and pieces out here, my instructions. Alright. We're going to start out with our card base, which measures 5.5 by 8.5. And we're just going to fold that. I didn't score it, but we're just going to fold it. Let me match up my ends. And my bone folder. And I did pretty good. And I need my instructions here. Okay, like I said, the card base is 5.5 by 8.5 and scored or folded in the middle at 4 1/4 inches. And then we have a piece of designer series paper, which I used this one here, and then this is going to be our smaller strip that's going to go on the side. And if you wanted to just stamp the strawberries, you could use this paper, and you've already got the seeds already there, so that's kind of an added plus. So we're going to place that on top of our mat here, which is the Daffodil Delight, and that's 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. Yeah, Carrie, I wish they would put that paper in the new book, but I don't think they will. They usually don't when it's out of celebration. So I'm going to glue these down to our mat. And I didn't say that the other piece of the designer series paper measures 3/4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And this one measures 3 1/4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So those are going to be our card fronts. During all this snow and everything, I didn't see any of our squirrels out and about. I guess they were staying inside, staying warm. But just a few minutes ago, I seen one back out here with my bird feeders. So I don't know if he spotted it or not. He was on the ground eating seeds, so maybe he didn't look up. Okay, and this one's going to go, oops, I jumped the gun here, so I'm going to have to lift up this side because we die cut a little piece out using one of the dies out of the Ornate border dies. I'm using the lace trim die, lace edge, and this is what that looks like. I don't know if you can see it real well, but I need to cut it down here. Get my paper cutter. That needs to be 5 1/4 inches long. Snip off that end. And we're just going to tuck that up underneath. And we have to add a little more glue down again. I got ahead of myself here. See, there's no mistakes in paper crafting that you can't usually fix. So, and it's still a little bit long. Turn that off. Okay, all's better. All right. And now we're going to take that strip, which I lost. Where did it go? Oh, goodness. I just had it. Now I've lost it. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, for heaven's sake. Am I looking right at it? No, I don't believe this. I don't see it on the floor. Sorry, everybody. I just had it in my hand here. Where did I put it? Well, I don't know. I guess I may have to cut another one. Let me do that. I'll grab the paper and cut another one. Okay, maybe I have one here that will fit the bill. Okay, paper trimmer. Oh, there it is. It's stuck to the bottom. All right, we got it now. All right, let's make sure our seeds are going the right direction. We're going to tuck that up underneath there and leave a small edge around it. All right. That was crazy. It stuck to the bottom of my paper cutter. Okay, then I've cut out a die using our oval shapes. And we're just going to stamp the sentiment on there. And I'm going to be using real red. And we're going to stamp it towards the top of our oval. That's what it looks like. And then we're going to come back in and we're going to stamp our strawberries. Scrap paper here. Alright. And we need 3. Alright, and then we're going to take our filling color and we're going to stamp our strawberries. I should have stamped off with that. The scrap paper here. Stamp it off once. We're going to use second generation there. There. I could probably use this if I go back over it again. Yeah. So close up that red ink because I don't need my hands in that. And then I'm going to use garden green. We're going to stamp the tops of our strawberries, the stems. I'm going to do the outline one first. We need 3 of those. And I'm going to do the same with that. I'm going to stamp off. I'm doing the second generation stamping. Okay. Close up our ink pad. Hi, Janet. Yeah, maybe you can watch the replay. Say hello to everybody. All right. So we're going to start putting our card front back onto our card base. We're just going to glue that down. Oh, first we're going to put some ribbon around it, some white twine, which is I seem to be losing everything today. Oh, it's hiding behind my iPad. I've got the white baker's twine, which came with our snailed it bundle, or suite. And we're just going to tie that around here. And I tie it around there, and then I'm going to tie it into a knot so I can tie a bow without it moving on me. And we can snip that off so we can work with it. And we'll straighten out our strings. We have it just on the edge of our designer series paper and the die cut lace trim. We're just going to tie a little bow. And shorten up those. All right, like so. I'm going to trim that off. Okay, so there we have our twine wrapped around it. So we're going to go ahead and glue that to our card base. Let's see which side I want. I want this side. And leave a little edge going around. Alright, we're going to put our little oval up on dimensionals. And I take your pick tool. I'm going to pop off our dimensionals, backings. Make sure you got right side up so you don't put it upside down. We're going to kind of put it a little above the center. So now we're going to come in with our strawberry builder punch. And we're going to punch out our strawberries and our leaves. So, of course, I've got them all going the wrong direction. Let me do some snipping here. Alright, so okay. And our third one. Okay. Alright, we've got all three. Now we're going to do the leaves. And our third one. Okay. And let me clean this all off. Throw it in the trash or on the floor, whichever comes first. Okay, so our strawberries, we're going to glue two of them directly down. But first we need to put our stems on there. So I'm just going to take a little glue and stick on the back side of the stem at the upper portion. And we're going to place that just like so. Oops. Alright, so here's how it looks. So we're just going to glue the stem to all of those. reminds me, I've got some strawberries in the refrigerator I need to eat. I forgot about them. Maybe good for lunch today. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue 2 of them directly down. And put this one down. The other one we're going to pop up on dimensionals. Just kind of angle both of them. Alright. Now let's put another one on there. Alright, and then we're going to put that on top of the other ones, like so. Okay. And we've got some red rhinestones. We're going to put those on the front of our card on the oval there. And take your pick tool. I'm going to place 3. I'm going to put 2 up there. And another one down here. So here's the outside of our card. Now we're going to work on the inside, which measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And let me see what I did on the inside. I got, okay. What I did with my scratch paper. I have to use this one. Okay, for the inside, we're going to do some stamping. The sentiment is wishing you the very best. And then I've got some leaves that we're going to stamp on the inside also. And I'm going to be bringing out my real red again. Stamp our sentiment. And we're going to put that in the center. Oops, I got a smudge there. Let's turn this paper over. Now, I think that'll be okay. We'll be covering that. And put the red away. And I've got the garden green to stamp the leaves with. I'm going to cover up my smudge there. Okay, there's the outline. And we're going to fill it in. I'm going to stamp off. It's not a big enough scratch paper. Now with these, it doesn't line up completely. It's kind of a watercolor image. So it doesn't completely line up exactly. We've got a little bit hanging off the edges a little bit, but that's how it's supposed to be. And we're going to glue that up to the inside of our card base. Little smudge right there. Let me see if I mono erase over to take it off. Well, think it is. Okay, so here we have our card. You always have a way of making my day. Wishing you the very best. Okay, let me set this all aside. Oops, got things falling here. Make some room. So here's our next card. I know we never have cards on hand for sympathy cards, so that's what this one's going to be today. And I'm using the Corner Bouquet, which is a free stamp set out of the celebration. And I'm also using the free Ombre paper that's in the celebration, so be sure to get yours before our time runs out on the 28th. So okay, so let me get my instructions here. Get everything. Okay, our card base is Blackberry Bliss cardstock, and that measures 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches and scored at 4 1/4. Yeah, Sharon, I'm ready for spring, so I'm trying to get in the mood here. It's not far off, it's coming. Okay, and this is the inside, which measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And we've got a black mat that measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And then we've got the Ombre cardstock, or Ombre Designer Series paper, which measures 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. And we're going to put that right onto there. But first we're going to do our stamping. And I've set up my stamparatus to do the stamping with, so all I gotta do is set everything in here. And I'm thinking right there. I already had it marked. Let me see. Yeah. So we're just going to use our black Memento ink. And the reason I'm using my stamparatus is because I want to make sure I've got a good stamped image. So with this you can come back in and reapply it again. So you can kind of see where it's kind of light or where it didn't stamp real good. So we're just going to ink it up again. And I'm not on camera view here. Let me get this over here. Come on, iPad, catch up to me so I can see where you are. I guess that's a pretty good view right there. And we're going to try this again. Do some rubbing. Alright, that's good. Cover up our ink pad. And we'll set that aside. We're done with that. Okay, so now we can attach this to our black mat. And it looks like I'm going a little bit over today, but that's all right. Just hang in there. We're almost done. This one won't take very long. And then I'm using the ribbon, which is the scalloped lace trim, and this is an ivory color. It's called Berry Vanilla. And I've already tied my bow, and I've cut the ribbon already, so it's real pretty. It's lacy. So I'm going to take my Scotch tape and I'm going to attach that to my card front. I've got Cookie's over here snoring. Not sure if you can hear her or not. She's getting with it. And turn my card over so I can see if it's straight or not. Alright, and we're going to glue that to the front of our card base. So I hope we get some UPS deliveries today. We didn't get any last week at all, and I don't think the mail even ran. So I think I got ink on my finger. I've got a little smudge right there, but we're going to cover that. And make sure I don't have dirty fingers here. So I'm going to get my glue dots. And we're going to glue our bow to the front of there. Take your pick tool and get one of those off. I'm going to put it right on top of that ribbon. Well, stay there. And come in here with my bow. Place that down on there. Like this. And I've got some pearls here that we're going to color with the Blackberry Bliss. The dark Blackberry Bliss Stampin' Blends. But I've already done that, so one thing about the blends, you can change the colors of your ribbons, and you can change the color of your rhinestones and pearls and such to whatever the color that you're needing for your card. So that's an added plus. And maybe one right there. So there's the front of our card. And I need to trim my ribbon here. So let's do the inside. On the inside I stamped this little corner one, which I haven't put on a block yet, so let me grab a block. And I'm going to stick with the black Memento. And we're going to put that down in the bottom left-hand corner. Okay. Now I didn't put any sentiment on the inside. You could maybe write a personal note to the person on the inside. So let's go ahead and glue that to the inside of our card. Okay, so there we have our card. Wishing I could heal your heart. And that comes from the stamp set, which is I didn't write it down. It's Heal Your Heart, I think it is the name of the stamp set. And I don't think I have it out here. I forgot that. Pretty sure bigger heart. Here that we did today. Got this one, our first one, and then we did the strawberry, and then the sympathy card. I'm just waiting to see if it shows on the camera view. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So I hope you enjoyed the cards today. Let me go ahead and turn you back around. If I can maneuver it with all my stuff sitting here. Looking at my ceiling. Okay, so there we are. Well, I hope you enjoyed the cards today, and you'll all be able to have enough time this week to do some stamping for yourselves. I'd like to see what you're working on too. If you want to share them with me, you can go onto my Facebook page and add them to there. So I hope everybody has a good day. Everybody enjoys the sunshine that we're getting, and hopefully it'll melt off all this snow. It's going to be a muddy mess probably after that. So I'll be back next Monday, same time, 10:30. And I'm not sure what we're going to be doing, but I do have one new stamp set that's coming out starting March 2nd, I think it is, when it's available to everybody. So I'm probably going to do a card using that for sure. And then I don't know what else, but it'll be good. Everybody have a good day.